sport. Just like in any sport, it's going to take a person who's 100% dedicated, has always lived a pretty clean life. But it's cool to see that. You don't hear that with many other sports.
Gen X Power here, and today we're talking about fasting. Now there's two different types of fasting that I do. There's intermittent fasting, which is the diet that I try to adhere to, and sometimes I don't. And then there's actual fasting. I go anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and I do so with the advice and direction of my doctor. I just recently did a 48-hour fast, and my doctor was involved in it, and he helped me formulate a plan. And I'm going to go into what happens to your body when you fast, and hopefully we can get more people doing it, because it's a good thing, trust me. First, I'm going to touch on intermittent fasting. Now, I do what's called an 18-6, and I do it because it's convenient. I work swing shift construction, and it's just easier for me to eat while I'm at work. And yeah, it's real simple. All it does is narrow my feeding window. I don't restrict my calories. The misconception with intermittent fasting is that that's what makes you skinny. Fasting, you're starving yourself all day. Well, if you consume 3,500 calories during your feeding window, you're still eating 3,500 calories a day. And if that's more than your body needs to get through the day, then you're going to put weight on. Simple law of thermodynamics. If you consume more than you burn, you're going to gain weight. If you consume less than you burn, you're going to gain weight. But we'll set that aside for now, and we're going to actually talk about a 24 to 48 hour fast, what it does to you. Now, I do want to note that I did create a script for this video, and I read through a bunch of studies, and I talked to my doctor about it. I actually got my blood work done today after I did my fast, so I'll get those results back soon. And I went over it with him to make sure that the information I'm giving you is actually good information, and I'll put the citations in the comments below so you can check out these pages for yourself. I think it goes without saying that I'm not a doctor. I'm just a moron who lifts weights, but, I can read. So, let's talk about the first 4 hours. The first 4 hours after you eat, that's known as the anabolic growth phase. Your body, it's using up the energy you just ate to power your current activity for cellular and tissue growth. So you're basically using what you ate and that's left in your body. Your pancreas produces the hormone insulin. This allows your body to use up the glucose that was released into your bloodstream after your meal and, to store up any excess energy in your cells for later use. That's why sugar's so bad sometimes. After you hit that 4 hour mark, and this is like 4 to 16 hours, this is the second phase. So basically this is the catabolic or breakdown phase, when all those extra nutrients start being released from storage to be used as energy. Once the energy stored in your cells runs out, especially if you're working and, moving around, your body starts to rely on stored fat. The process of releasing fat and burning it up for energy, it releases chemicals known as ketone bodies for energy, which usually happens around 16 hours. Now this is greatly going to depend on what you ate for the last couple of meals before your fast. If you ate a shit ton of carbs and starch, it's going to take a bit longer than 16 hours if you ate mostly fats and proteins. One of the most powerful features of fasting, called autophagy, that also starts right around the 16-hour mark. Autophagy is triggered, by a reduction in growth regulator called mTOR, and this process is basically, it cleans up your cells. It gets rid of any dead or damaged cellular material. It scavenges all those damaged proteins, all those lipids, all those cholesterols. Although if they're damaged, your body will start scavenging it, and it breaks it down into amino acids. And this helps with like aging and stuff, cancer, chronic disease. Like, this is really awesome to get to that 16-hour mark. That's why if you're doing intermittent fasting, you should do a minimum of 16 hours. And if you're doing that every day, man, it's super powerful for healing. Now we get, once you get past the 16-hour mark, glucose in the cells and glycogen in the liver and the muscles, they begin to dwindle. They're just gone. This causes you to burn stored fat in order to keep your body's needs for energy. Like, this is where the magic happens. Like, I think this is where I was when I was doing this training today. I had so much energy. It was, I don't even know what to compare it to. I felt like I was on crack. You have to remember that most of these studies I'm reading, it's assuming that your energy demands haven't changed while you're fasting. You know, you're still waking up, working, interacting with people, exercising, but it's not, I don't think it takes into account for going retard heavy like a power lifter. Then there's the production of another chemical, AMP activated protein kinase, AMPK. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's also triggered right around now. That really increases the amount of autophagy happening all around your body. So it releases a hormone telling your body to do this. Now we're at that 24 to 72 hours. This is where you want to talk to your doctor before you do a prolonged fast, especially if you've never done one, because your physician will help you come up with a plan. Once you pass 24 hours of fasting, your body's going to enter ketosis. That's where you're relying on burning your fat stores for energy. This is awesome. As fat cells are broken down for energy, ketone bodies are created and released into the bloodstream. Ketone bodies act as fuel for the brain when glucose is not around. Glucose is your brain's primary source of fuel, but ketone bodies provide the brain with additional benefits. Burning ketones can lead to a major quick uptake in cognitive performance. You're going to have mental clarity, a general sense of energy and well-being. I'm telling you, I felt great. Your brain also gets a boost around the 24-hour mark from an increased production of a brain-derived nootropic factor, BDNF. BDNF supports growth of brain neurons. Like, really, it grows your brain neurons. Not only is it correlated with improvements in long-term memory, coordination, and learning, but it's thought to be a key in reducing risk of developing Alzheimer's. What? Now, I've never gone past 48 hours, but I'm going to talk about 72 hours based on the literature. If you've been fasting for 3 days or more, according to these studies, your body enters a deep state of ketosis. All the previous benefits, autophagy, the uptick in the production of beneficial chemicals and hormones, fat loss, mental clarity, they all continue to increase. That said, your thyroid hormones also start to get affected. Your body thinks it's starving. Well, because it is. Research suggests that longer fasts can help your body become more resilient to stress and exposure to toxins. And, certain hormones produced at this stage can have really beneficial anti-cancer and anti-aging effects. So if you have cancer, tumors, fasting can really, really help. I mean, these studies, they have a lot to support that. That said, people with a history of eating disorders, if you're like one of these people that starves yourself, or you're an addict like me, you got to be really careful, because it does produce kind of an euphoria, like a runner's high. And that could be something like, you don't want to fast all the time, because you are starving yourself. Like, we evolved to not be eating all day, every day. We've been on an evolutionary scale that's been around for how many thousands of years. And like, I can tell you, it's only a small, tiny percentage of that where we are, food's at demand and we're just stuffing our face all day with a bunch of garbage. Like, we just didn't evolve to do that. Bottom line, fasting's a powerful tool. It helps your body's longevity, and it can have a really transformative impact on your health. Now, once again, if you do plan on any kind of extended fast, you gotta work with an expert, a medical practitioner. What can I tell you, man? So bottom line, how often do I fast? Well, I do intermittent fasting every day. I've been slacking a little lately. That's why I did this 48-hour one. Get back on the wagon. But generally speaking, I was doing it for months. And that's how I was able to maintain my weight class. I have to stay between 198 and 220. If I go a hair over that, I'm in the next weight class up. No bueno. People often ask me, well, how do you stay so ripped all the time, especially with the food you eat? And I'm telling you, this is it. I eat whatever I want. I just make sure and count my calories so I don't go over. That's really important. You got to know how much your body's using on average. That way it's really easy to make adjustments. Want to lose some weight? You cut some 500 calories for a couple of weeks. Want to gain some weight? You add 500 calories for a couple of weeks. Real simple, but if you're just cramming your cram hole all the time, you don't know what the hell you're mashing down your gullet. How can you expect to maintain your weight? This is the new rebranded Gen X Power, formerly known as Garage Warrior. I'm representing Generation X, and I've decided age is just a number. We have to change the way we train as we get older, but a lot of you guys that are using age as an excuse, stop it. You can still be strong. You just have to be smart about it. Thank you guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe. Let me know. I'm trying to change things up. I want to be more exciting. We'll see, man. Stop being old.